Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thank you so much for being here and being subscribed if you are. If you are not subscribed, please do go ahead, hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, hit that like button. It's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. We just want to go ahead and brighten up the place. Let's get into this conversation slash sort of a rant, but I won't even call it a rant. I'm just... with this Danaia Jackson interview and all of the things that she shared, I just wanted to say a few more things. When it comes to Danaia and the marriage to Derrick Jackson, my views on them have not changed. In my previous conversation where I discussed this interview and the things that she shared, this is my personal opinion. I don't have any proof of this, but this is what I feel. Because Derrick Jackson has been living foul pretty much since she's known him. She got married to him, I believe she said like 9 years after the fact of her meeting him, dating him, knowing that he has been living the way that he wants to live, and she felt honored that he asked her to marry him because she was already pregnant. This man left her, but I don't believe he left her. I believe the filing of the divorce is just that. It's a filing. Will it actually go through? If it goes through, who's to say that they will still not be together? They have 3 children together. And because of how wrapped up, tied up, and tangled up she is with this man, I just don't believe that she's through with him yet. That's my personal opinion. And because his brand has been so damaged at this point, I wouldn't say it's damaged beyond repair, but it would take a complete and total change for him. He could not continue to operate being this man of, I don't even know the word that I would want to use, but being this man that would be telling women what they need to look out for and what they need to be aware of, when ultimately the men that he was speaking of were men like him. He is that man. He was the best example of the man he was telling women that they need to look out for, right? So with that being said, when I say that he would need to make a complete and total change, I believe he would have to go from being this man that is secular to going complete full gospel, like saying he turned his life completely over to the Lord Jesus Christ. And now he is in the church and all this other stuff. Not saying that that would make him real, but I'm saying that he would have to really go towards being in the full gospel, going into the church realm. And I don't think that's something that he really wants to do. So what would be better? To have the woman that you are connected to now be catapulted up into the spotlight, and he be in the foreground while she is propelled forward, and she is the face of the brand now. Because this was, he really just had her as a glorified personal assistant that he was having sex with and having children with. They had a 9,000 square foot mansion, and he had his own condo that he stayed at most of the time. So this was never a real marriage. So because he's the one that came out after Tasha K exposed him again to show that he is out here living the life that he wants to live with another female, then he came out and made a post on social media saying that he filed for divorce, the marriage isn't working out. And she said in the interview that she got a text message from him saying that he wanted to end the marriage, and they were in the same space. They were in the same house. She was either upstairs and he was down, or vice versa. But either way, he sent her a text message and they were in the same house. I don't care if the house was 25,000 square feet. You couldn't say that to my face. You had to send me a text message. Like, there was no real marriage there. So, with all of that being said, and all of what she has said and exposed and revealed, I really wish her nothing but the best. I'm not angry with this woman. I don't know her. I have no reason to be upset with her about her coming out here and sharing her story. But I've said this before. Share your story. Write a book. Sell your story. But don't try to sell healing. Don't try to sell courses. Don't try to sell classes. Don't try to be a mentor. She has been so broken. And she's been through so much trauma. She talked about herself that she experienced a traumatic situation where she was assaulted maybe 2 weeks prior to her even getting with Derrick Jackson. So she went from one predator to another, and she married her predator. So to go from all of that, to be with this man for all these years, have 3 kids with him, he has been extremely promiscuous. He treated you like the personal assistant that he had sex with sometimes and wound up having several children with. And she even admitted terminated several pregnancies as well. She's not in a place to teach anyone anything. She definitely can share her story. And if her story can help someone, absolutely. But should she be out here trying to guide people through a course? I do not agree with that. And that's one of the things that I spoke about before. Well, recently I heard, I haven't seen it, but I listened to a live that Tashak did on her backup channel, winogangpodcast, and she mentioned this. I'm going to play a clip of it.
Selling relationship infidelity packages. We'll definitely discuss that, okay? You know what? I'll just give y'all a show right now. I can do commentary in my sleep, So apparently, told you, Janelle, let me know if my breast stank now. Hey, man, I ain't gonna pause it no more. So I give y'all some commentary while Miss Janelle doing my makeup. I told her to tell me if my breath stank now, because I talk. People that talk a lot, their breath be stinking a lot. So, I heard Miss Jackson, Danaia Jackson, use that Dear Wife, Future Wifey podcast to advertise a relationship infidelity. Let me see exactly what it is. I'm gonna tell you exactly what she doing. So I said, I know this bitch did not do what I thought she did. $7,000. Now apparently, Miss Danaia was the woman behind Derrick Jackson's packages. Like them little things he used to sell so he could fuck y'all. So he would sell y'all like a $5,000 package, but the bonus was dick on the side. Remember that? So I screenshot what Danaia was selling. So it's called an Infidelity Recovery Boot Camp. You ever heard of an Infidelity Recovery Boot Camp?
No.
For 2 payments of $495. Okay, it's called an Infidelity Recovery Boot Camp that Derrick Jackson's wife is selling. Okay, she's also selling. Let me see. Need my little glasses here. You can get a free copy of her book. Go ahead. Healing God's Way, The Art Spiritual Warfare, Deliverance and Healing, plus up to 3 private sessions a week with her for a deeper dive into healing your journey when you bundle the Infidelity Recovery Boot Camp plus coaching, plus turning your pain into profit for the small fee of $3,400. $3,500. Yes. $3,400. How to get cheated on and how not to leave. Okay? Limit the amount of abortions you have. Okay? You don't have to abort all your babies, your husband's babies. Not all of them, just some of them. Also, an Infidelity Recovery Boot Camp plus one-on-one coaching from Miss Danaia for the price of, you see that? 2 payments payments of $34.99. $3,400. $3,500. 2 payments. Not one, so that's a total of $6,900 for her to tell y'all, just leave. Speaking of that, you remember Derrick Jackson? I'm sorry. She mad at me. I guess that's why she wouldn't come on the platform, because she thought I wouldn't let her advertise her course. Also, she's got my personal ministry philosophy, one-on-one coaching, profit from your pain. Same thing her husband has done, profited from her pain, sold it to us. She was running the back end, all the computer science shit, the tech stuff. She was building the software and everything. And this plan is for $49.97, $5,000. $5,000. Yes.
All right, so you heard that. And my suspicions, my idea that this was done to propel her into the spotlight and to make sales was absolutely right. But it was very disheartening to hear that. And honestly, of course, Tasha K, she puts a spin on it and makes it funny. But when it comes to Danaia creating courses and offering coaching, this is exactly what I said that I did not want to see. Listen, people have the right to waste their money and pay for stuff that they want to pay for. When, to be honest with you, a lot of the people that she is targeting probably doesn't have the money and can afford to even really do that. But she will probably get a few suckers that will sign up for it. And that's the problem that I have. And I have that problem not with just even Danaia, but a lot of people who are out here offering courses and coaching. That is one of my pet peeves for people that do these things, and what they're offering really isn't much, but they try to package it and word it in a way, and they're really just selling access to themselves versus knowledge and a lot of things that they could either get elsewhere or even for free. Nothing wrong with people investing in themselves. I have no problem with that. But Danaia, because of all of the stuff that she has gone through, you can't come out here, do an interview on a platform for almost 4 hours, have that person release it in a 2-part series, it get lots of views, and you think that qualifies you to be out here mentoring anyone, ministering anyone, because she even has something called Danaia Jackson Ministries. This woman needs a lot of real therapy and a lot of real healing, and that comes with time. Even if you are a woman of God, like she calls herself, because of all of the things that she allowed herself to be in and subjected herself to, this had nothing to do with God. God didn't keep her in that space. I don't even believe God told her to marry this man. We have free will and we can do what we want to do. Sometimes people will cop out and blame God for the decisions that they made. I am one who is a woman of faith, and I do believe, but I also do believe that we have free will. We make our own choices and decisions. I do believe that sometimes we make wrong decisions, bad choices. We have to own up to those things. And once we own up to it, I do believe that at that point in time, then healing can begin and work can be done on us. But you can't be out here trying to fix other people and help other people when you couldn't even fix and help yourself. And with all of the stuff that she's gone through, it's going to take real help, real intensive therapy. I don't know who her therapists were. She claimed she had 3 at one time during this relationship. Who goes to 3 therapists at one time? And you still weren't making good decisions. So were you listening to the counsel that you were receiving, or were you getting bad counsel? Because it's possible that she could have been getting counsel from people who really weren't qualified to do it. That's another thing as well. But for her to be out here hawking courses and mentoring and a deeper dive for $5,000, like, it's absolutely insane. And this was what I was speaking about before. So listen, I haven't seen it. I don't follow her on social media, so I don't know what Tasha K was looking at, but she was looking at her phone and she was reading it verbatim. So it's somewhere. I don't know if it's on Facebook, on Instagram. I don't know if she has a website where it's listed. I don't know. But it sounds like that's what she's doing, and that is where my problem lies. I have no problem with someone making the decision to be in a bad relationship and choose to stay there and go through all the stuff that they go through. That's your choice. It doesn't affect me. I don't like it. I don't like anyone to be mistreated, whether you're male or female. But it's your choice to do that. We all have our own lives to live, and we can't live anyone's life or make the choices and decisions for them. So if they choose to be in that, then that's what they choose to be in. I don't know this girl from Adam, so it's not, it has nothing to do with me. I'm talking about it because it's out here in the public, and it's a discussion that I wanted to talk about. I was actually having a conversation with my friend / hairstylist yesterday. I had an appointment, and so we talked about it for a few minutes, and I said, well, let's listen to it, because she didn't continue listening to it. I had already listened to it, so once was enough for me, but because we were together, we just went ahead and played it, and I was just sitting there shaking my head the entire time. It was annoying to hear this interviewer just laughing his ass off, and Danaia, I mean, I guess she was trying to make light of it, and hey, I don't know her, maybe that's her way, but I just was saying to my friend that this, I believe, is a ploy to catapult her into the spotlight. I believe that she and Derrick are still together. I don't care if he filed and she counterfiled. She didn't choose to leave, and she's still there. She just responded. Because it is true that he was committing adultery, but she accepted it. She accepted it and thought that he was going to change after the fact. And you can't accept people's behavior and then think that they're going to change because one day you say, I've had enough. Because they were like, well, you were down for it all this time and now you're changing. So she made no real changes in this marriage and in this relationship, or even in herself, thinking that her tears were going to cause him to make the changes when all he cared about was himself. He was a predator. He is a predator, in my opinion. I believe he's a narcissist, and narcissists don't care about anyone but themselves. So to see her now hawking the opportunity to have one-on-one time with her and for her to coach and mentor, she can't even coach and mentor herself. And that is a huge problem. Again, she has the right to do it, but is it ethical? And you claim that you're a woman of God. I don't believe a real, true woman of God would do something like this, because it's not integral. It doesn't show that she has integrity. It shows that she has a desire for money. And she even spoke about that in the interview. She said she got adjusted to and got accustomed to the lifestyle that they were living. She said it was almost like a celebrity lifestyle where she was eating good, living good, wasn't having to work. She was home with the kids. He was out there doing his thing. And yeah, he literally was doing his thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. But she sold out for the sake of the money. And that's what I believe that she's continuing to do. She's not healed. She has the audacity to do it, but I don't believe that it's the Christian thing to do, since she loves to talk about the Lord and the Bible and God and being a woman of God. I don't believe a real woman of God would be doing something like that. Write your book, write your autobiography, do that, sell it. I don't care. Tell your story. But to be hawking coaching and mentoring, I believe is in a way blasphemous. That's my opinion, guys. You let me know how you feel about it in the comments section below. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. This is Beth. I'm just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.